Hey guys, I'm Seth. Me Tim is back with another video. Today we got a video from the real relationships. This is Devin Steele and his wife, former NFL player. You may remember him. His daughter had cancer. Yeah. But I really like their podcast.
I think their podcast is great.
I wish it would just grow bigger because they really have some good conversations over there.
Peace from his woman. But a lot of men don't understand that peace is a byproduct of clarity. Like when your woman doesn't have clarity about the position she holds in your life, if she doesn't have clarity about the level of commitment that you have towards her, towards your family, she's going to produce chaos. So if you want peace in your household, you got to give clarity. And ladies, I hope you didn't cut this video off too soon, because for some of y'all, it doesn't matter how much clarity you have, chaos is your default. Because you were raised in chaotic households. You experienced chaotic relationships in the past. So when things are too peaceful, you purposely create chaos. And I'm not coming at you for doing that. I'm simply saying there comes a point where you have to take accountability and start to take the steps to change that. Every man wants peace.
I'm going to give you my church. Speak well, sir.
Oh my goodness. He is spot on. Yeah. And I love the duality and the accountability on both sides of it, because there's too much polarity in these YouTube and Instagram streets. Because the truth is, as a husband, that's one of my biggest jobs for you is to provide this pattern, this plan. This is what we're going to do to get from A to B to C. Does it always work out? No, it doesn't. After 23 years of marriage, I've had plenty of failed plans. But one thing, I ask you, have you ever felt like we were just lost as a couple, as a family?
No, even with like decisions, we weren't quite sure on what the decision was going to be or how the outcome or any of that. No, I always knew that we were following a path. I always knew that we had our core value systems in place, and we were going along, the plan that we've kind of laid out for our family. And plans get amended. Plans have to be readjusted from time to time, and we've done that. But I always felt like you were always going to keep working at it or keep doing something or keep producing something. So I never had to worry about that.
And I think also where a lot of guys mess up at is they think that they can take any old woman and mold her into something that she's not. Can't do it, brother. Yeah. I'm going to explain to you. You can bring in a cat that's been on the streets its entire life, and you could clean it up, and you could love it, and you could do all these things, and that cat will tear your house up. That cat will scratch your furniture up. It will tear everything up in the house. It will poop and pee wherever it wants, because that's all it knows. That's all it knows. And the same thing goes with a woman or a man, for that matter. We are who we are. We can change, sure, and you will find that one cat that you can train, all that stuff like that. But on the whole, because I know, on the whole, human beings are what they are. Yeah. And so if you, we talked about a woman. If you marry a woman who is chaos personified, it don't matter how much clarity you give her. It doesn't how much direction you give her, how much love you give her. She gonna scratch up your couch, and that's what it's gonna be. So you have to understand that going into this thing, and that's why I said it's so important for you men to vet these women if you are going to. Just because she has a beautiful body, a beautiful smile, and she talks really softly and sweet, does not mean that she is not a stray cat. And she will cause chaos wherever she goes. That's all she knows. Same thing with the man, ladies. What do you think from the female standpoint?
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think you have to, part of that vetting process, I think, for a man is, are you a peaceable woman? Because that's what you're looking for. To be able to nest and build a home for you, she needs to be a woman of peace, and vice versa on the other side. For the brothers, the same thing. Yeah. You're going to be leading me. You're going to be a man of peace. When it's time to go to war, I understand. Go to war, fight, defend. I get all that. But also being a man that is someone that embraces or even appreciates peace, because some men enjoy chaos. So, because that's all they've known.
Yep.
That's all the environment they've been a part of. So they like to turn up just, it's quiet, let's turn up just for fun.
Especially if it was a man that was raised by a lot of women and around a lot of women and around men that weren't in their masculine. Yeah, you'll have dudes like, they love drama, they love it because that's all they know. That's all they know. See, it's important that you do a complete and a very, very in-depth background on this person before you get too deeply involved with them. Yeah, ask the right questions.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Habakkuk 2:2, it says to write the vision and make it plain. So if you want me to clearly follow you, then you need to clearly lay out the vision like you articulated earlier. So clearly laying it out is something I don't have to worry about, because then that's when you have women that are like, well, I don't know what the plan is, so I'll come along and just kind of scooch in here and add. No, we don't need you scooching in, Sarah. We don't need you doing that. So if you clearly write the vision and make it plain. And I saw it was a cute little it was an IG reel the other day when I was talking about, it said it was a married couple, and on the reel it had business partners have regular meetings to stay on the same page, to see where they're at. They talk about the relational aspects of the business or their partnership. They talk about the finances, and it was just saying all the stuff that business partners talk about. And then at the end of it, it said, well, why wouldn't married couples have regular meetings and talk? Yeah. And I love that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Why wouldn't you sit down and have strategy meetings with your partner, with your spouse? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you talk about retirement? Why wouldn't you talk about vacation? Why wouldn't you talk about your goals? Why wouldn't you talk about how to maintain peace in your household? Especially, I'll give you an example of a time when peace oftentimes gets interrupted that we see a lot when we're coaching. That's when you invite outside or extended family members. When you invite that family member, whether it's your mom, your parents, it could be siblings, it could be cousins, it could be nieces, nephews, somebody you're trying to help. When you invite those people into your home and they don't have the same standard of peace that you guys have set forth in the home, and that gets interrupted, y'all have to unify and make sure, okay,
you don't get the upset.
Cool.
You don't get the upset.
Yeah, cool that you're here, but here's the standard, here's the boundary line. If you don't respect that, you got to step. And sometimes it's your own kids.
And you hit a point there I want to talk about, and then we're going to end the video. Kids, those little terrorists, love them to death. Kids will ruin your marriage, man. They really will.
Yeah, they will.
And it's important to have clarity between the man and the wife before y'all even have kids about how we gonna raise these kids. And you're gonna have to adjust when they get here, because you think you know, but you don't know. And we gotta have clarity about us though. Yeah. Because them little jokers gonna grow up, trust me. We got grown kids. Little jokers gonna grow up and they gonna get gone. They're gonna get gone. They're gonna heal here and there. And it's just gonna be you and her. And if you don't have clarity, by the time those kids leave, y'all not gonna know each other. Because I know people, and I've had couples come, every time that child make a sound, they there. Either he or her there. What's wrong, baby? You need anything? And then the husband or wife comes along and they need affection and they need time. I'm tired. I ain't got time for you. No, we need to have clarity. When we got together, we made a point that we were going to be a squad. Yeah. Right? Yeah. The kid, we love the kids. They're our babies. We're so proud of everything that they're doing. But guess what? They're not this marriage.
No.
We have a covenant together. I laid my life down for her. I gave her my last name. The kids are a byproduct of our marriage. Right. And a lot of couples messed it up and make it, the child-centric marriage is a surefire way to divorce court.
Yeah, it is.
And I know they're 2 or 3 now. You can't see life without them, but guess what? It's happening. But we're going to circle back to this. I think we need to talk about a little bit more about clarity in the dating stage. So we'll
that'd be a good one.
We'll do one of those later on. But for right now, that's enough said.